So I'm going to guess that you clicked on this video because you struggle with anger. You find yourself yelling, maybe spanking out of anger. Maybe you just feel this intense, frustration, just this feeling in your chest that you want it to go away. You don't want to show up like this as a parent. You want to show up with calm. You want to show up with respect and kindness and love and empathy and connection. And all of these things can't happen when we are feeling angry. This doesn't mean that we have to always stay stuck in anger, though. And that is what I want to do today. I want to give you the tools, or a very simple tool that helped me to start releasing the anger. I am not going to give you all the tools today because that is a bit overwhelming, but I want to give you the number one tool that helped me to quiet my anger. If you have been around this channel for a while, you know that I really struggled with postpartum rage. You can actually watch my story here if you haven't, or maybe it's here, somewhere here. And I share my journey from rage to calm. Now, I want to stop here for a second and remind you, I am not perfect. I still have moments of anger and I don't choose the right thing, but this one tool has helped me to really stop just reacting, and it at least gives me a minute to pause and to evaluate, how do I want to handle this situation? So I'm going to look at my notes because you guys know me. I like to chat and I like to get talking, and before you know it, I've got way off topic. But as a mom, okay, I know this feeling. Like I just said, I have an entire story and a history with postpartum rage. But as a parenting coach, I hear my clients talk about this feeling of anger and they don't want it to be there anymore. And so I think knowing that most parents deal and struggle with this, first of all, that's just like a huge relief. It's like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. There's something about knowing that you're not alone. You aren't the only person that's ever experienced this, and that there is hope. Gives you reassurance that it's going to be okay and that you can get better. You're not always going to feel the way you're feeling right now. So I want to pause here real quick. I just want to make sure that you stay to the end because I'm going to be giving you a few other resources that once you feel ready for will really be key in helping you to move past this anger and this kind of knee-jerk reaction that happens after the anger. So the tool here that I use is acknowledging the feeling. And you're like, that's so simple. And I'm like, I know it's so simple. That was the point, is this is incredibly effective. What this is going to do is it's going to take you from being up here at a 10, ready to flip your lid, and it'll help bring you down to, oh yeah, I am feeling a little angry. I'm feeling a little frustrated. That bubbling up feeling is really coming. I mean, I'm ready to yell. I mean, sometimes I even go to the point of like saying, I feel like I want to yell. And maybe it doesn't come out, the nicest way, but it stops me from doing the act because I'm acknowledging this is what's going on. I'm telling you, try it. If you do try it, come back and let me know in the comments below if this really worked and helped you. I am telling you, this is the one tool that has helped so many clients figure out, like, I'm feeling angry, and then what do I do with it? Like, that is the part where I'm going to come and help you after the fact. But in the beginning phases, just acknowledging the anger is going to really just cause you to pause and say, whoa, what's going on here? And becoming aware of these emotions. I believe that this is the very first step. Awareness is the very first step. And, let me pause here for one more second. I know what you're thinking. Okay, I know that I'm angry. That's why I watched this video. No, you need to know what triggers that anger. And so we want to go step by step back. We want to keep kind of tracing our steps backwards to see what the actual trigger was, because the trigger was not our child yelling at us. It was not our child hitting us. It was probably something that happened that morning, or maybe even the day before, which really shocks some of my clients, that it can be that long ago that we can be carrying on to something. There, as a very personal story, there was a few weeks ago where my husband and I had an argument at night, and the next morning, I can tell you my thermometer was at like a 7. And I flipped my lid on my daughter, and it was not her fault. Yes, did she do something that upset me? Yes, but I did not have the capacity, I didn't have the availability to be able to be there for her. And that is what I teach through coaching, is I help to give you more room in your cup, right? We learn about nervous system regulation and all of that, so that way you can actually manage and handle the anger when it comes. The anger is not bad. It's actually a motivator, and that's okay. Like, it motivates us to do something, right? But we need to know what to do with the anger, how to channel that. Anger was really used in our primal state for protecting us and keeping us safe. And we really don't need that anymore. I mean, there are times where we definitely need anger to keep us safe, but in a saber-toothed tiger way, not so much. So our reactions and our responses are really big and confusing, and it's just very instinctual and primal. And so for us to learn different ways and tools to overcome this is going to help exponentially. So I promised you a couple resources. One resource I have is my emotional regulation for beginners. You can watch that here somewhere. And basically this is going to help you to regulate yourself. This is the things that I would go back and do if I was just starting out with regulation. The second resource I have is my Stop Yelling workshop. If you are here because you find yourself yelling, this workshop is for you, and it's only $10. I wanted it to be super affordable so everybody could get the opportunity to heal in this way. I think that when we can start to understand what is going on beneath the surface, we can actually overcome these things. This doesn't mean that we're never going to be triggered. We're never going to have moments of stress and not yell at our kids. It's going to happen. But the key here is repair, and that is something that I teach in the Stop Yelling workshop. So with all of that being said, I'm curious, what is your trigger? When do you find yourself bubbling up in anger? Is it when your kid hits you? Is it when the dishes are all over the place? When the house is a mess? When you're running late? What is that trigger? And then I want you to start from there. So maybe comment it below so other people can kind of start to look and see, okay, yeah, I've been triggered here. Oh yeah, that is really triggering for me. And start to notice and allow yourself to acknowledge that moment. Don't shy away from the emotion. It is not a bad emotion. It's actually really good. Alrighty, I hope that this video is helpful. If you want to see more content like this, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And also, don't forget to hit the little bell so you get notifications every time I post more content like this. Alrighty guys, I will see you in the next video.